Mark from Fishing to Extremes. Welcome on board Infamous, my custom 770 Senator. Powered by the pearl white Yamaha 4.2 litre V6 300 DES with a custom helm master setup. Infamous has a 460 litre fuel tank, which gives us a epic 550 kilometre range at 20 knots. Full SIMRAD integration with a 16-inch NSS Evo 3 in the dash, a 12 Evo up on the dash, and a 9-inch under the back hardtop. Running a SIMRAD S5100 chirp module with a TM275 low-high wide chirp transducer and an active imaging 3-in-1 transducer also. On the roof we have the SIMRAD Halo 20 radar, HS60 GPS compass for better accuracy, heading and position. Infamous has 53 rod holders, the most epic lighting on a 770 Senator with Lumishore full integration with the custom rocker switches and all the SIMRAD Evos. Epic fusion sound system with 4 230 watt signature series speakers, a 10-inch 600 watt sub with its own bass control, all the speakers with Fusion full remote control colour, also includes 2 300 watt tweeters and all powered by the Fusion 5-channel amplifier. Custom rocker switches set up with custom Lumo glow in the dark stickers, deluxe Senator bait board with jaws and lights, a 14-inch screen for movies and TV. This is my dream boat, the 770 Senator Cotton Special Infamous. Could not go without getting Senator Battleship wrap. This time what we did was did the Ascents in pearl white to match the Yamaha, and we also did the inside and the back deck all in pearl white to match the Yami as well, and the rest of the boat, the back tramps and the roof, we've all done in the Senator custom camo. On the front of Infamous, instead of having the light bar up on the roof, when you turn it on it illuminates all the bow rail. What I've done is put it at the front of the bow rail underneath, so it avoids all that illumination on the bow rail. I've got a Maxwell capstan electric anchor. I've also got a little remote. If you're going to park up on the beach for the day, head out just offshore a bit, drop your anchor, reverse up to the beach, jump off, grab a rope, pull it into the shore, and then use the remote to pull the boat back out. You want to bring the boat back in, you can let the anchor chain out and pull the boat back into the shore. That anchor remote setup I think is around $50–60. That's a good investment if you're doing a lot of parking up on the beach for lunch with the family. Senator's anchor locker washdown system. You know how hard it is to clean out your anchor locker in most cases. Senator's now designed a new washdown. Put the hose adapter on, clip your hose on, turn on the hose, and that's cleaned out your anchor well. Also, I went with the 1020 bow rail. That gives you a lot more room for walking up the sides and heading up to the front of the boat. On the front windows, I've got clear glass. On the sides and the back doors, I've got tinted glass. Just stops a bit of UV and sun coming through. And on both sides, I've got sliding windows that slide both ways. On the front, we've got 3 windscreen wipers. Each of them have their own freshwater pump. Under the starboard bunk, there is the fresh water for the wipers. That's a 2-litre tank. On the roof, we've got Yamaha GPS mounts, we've got SIMRAD H60 mount, and also the SIMRAD Halo mount. 21 rod holders on the rocket launchers, and I've got one each side of the starboard and port as an extra rod holder. Custom mounts on the hard top for port and starboard docking lights. On the roof is also the gas bottle mount, which is now the legal and compliant way to do gas bottles. This time we went with full 1.9 metre bunks in the front cabin, and also I've got a little hammock in there which is really good for storing all your gear, and you can actually sleep under there real comfy. It was 100% worth getting that little hammock made. Also we went with 100mm comfort foam this time all the way through Infamous. Just makes the cabin seats, the driver seats, the sleeping arrangement or just 100 times better. The bow swab, there's a little square swab there that you can just remove, and that's where we store all the safety gear. So we've got life jackets in there, we've got all the flares and other safety gear. In the cabin, the table folds down, swab goes on top there, you fold the front seat forward and that makes a full 2 metre bunk for the old boy. pod station, or the main helm here, is a full custom layout with the SIMRAD screens, the Yamaha CL5 gauge, you've got the Yamaha autopilot, you've got the custom rocker switches which are up on the dash, way more easily accessible. You've got the fusion system and the coloured remote for the speakers, TMC electric wipers, you've got the freshwater switch and for the fusion stereo, zip wake, the power on and off start for the Yamaha, and the fusion sub bass control. The Maxwell anchor switch down here out the way. And what we've done, guys, with the screen being here, you don't want screens lower, but because it changes your focal point, so you want to make sure your screen's up at the top. From looking out the front of the boat to down to your screen is very minute. Having it too low is too much of a change of your focal point. So make sure when you mount your screens, you mount them high up on your dash. Inside the cabin, we've got multiple USB chargers for your phone. They also come with little custom magnet holders. So on the back of my phone, I've got a magnet and I can just clip my phone on anywhere and charge the phone from on the back of the hard top to inside here on the main helm. Also over on the passenger side as well, there's multiple USB charging. Purely for the amount of cameras I have on board, I've got a USB charging station and that's mounted on the port side, so I just charge all my phones, batteries, cameras off that. Lots of other magnetic points for just hanging tools, also clipping your phone on out the way. My custom brow, what I've actually done with this is dropped it down lower so it would hide the wipers but also give more room for my speakers. It would hold the SIMRAD VHF up above here and also hold the 300 watt fusion tweeters. And the tweeters, what I've done is face them outwards here and the speakers are face downward, and what the tweeters do is give you a lot clearer, sharper sound facing away from the speakers. The 4 fusion speakers, 2 under the brow inside the cabin and 2 outside on the back deck under the hardtop, and the sub is located under the front swab. By the back door too, I've also got the fusion remote, so I don't have to come right into the front of the boat here to turn the stereo up and down or pause it. Got my Coast Guard membership on Velcro up in here, and also with the VHF, everyone whinges about the cord hanging down. The beauty of carpet in the cabin, bit of Velcro, and that cord's out the way. In the cabin, we've got down lights, we've got another red and white down light here. We've got little fold down hangers so we can hang my Black Magic leader feeder. You can also hang up your jackets at night or your hats out the way. We have nets on the roof and in the front bunks there for storing any gear. Store cords, power cords, gloves, any sorts of carry-on, keys, wallets. Up behind me here, we've got an EPIRB as well. Down by my driver's feet here, I've got the fire extinguisher. And as I said before, all the other emergency stuff, flares and that, are in the front of the cabin under that little mini swab. At the back door here, guys, got a USB charger there. If we're fishing at night and we're sitting on the deck chairs, instead of coming all the way into the cabin, I can quickly turn that switch on there and that'll give us bright LED strip under the hard top there. Then the next one here, the little alien, is very cool. So what I've actually done is run LED strips all the way around the back door frame. At night we can turn the old alien on and those red LED strips come on all the way around the doorway, face out away from us, so we can sit there and you can actually see all the tips of the rods in that at night when you're fishing all night or overnight. So that's a real cool sort of chill out light. It's also good just when you're parked up for the evening as well. This time I've got sliding stacking doors, way better than my single opening doors, because you can just slide it open and out without having to open the doors like I had on Defiant and move stuff out the way. Now we can just slide them open and shut and leave it open a little bit at night when you want a bit of breeze coming through. We've got the main helm seat, which is a bench seat. We've got a little squab seat on the back here. This also comes off here and slots right in there perfectly. That's to give you a bit more height if there's someone shorter driving. Got your rigging station here where I can pull out any of my tackle bits and pieces and just leave them on there for the day. Basically out the weather, and any quick components there, our fast clips and that sort of carry on, we can grab, and that stays there. The next thing is you can remove that guy there, remove the swab out the way, tilt that up forward, and then that slots in there. And that there where you can have your jug and that sort of carry on, that folds up and you've got your whole 3 stovetop there. And then under that is the oven, which is a gas cooker. Up the top here you can rest your cups and all that sort of stuff as well, or you just put that swab up there out the way. But that there is the main helm station, and then that just simply folds down back there. Remove that out the way, straight down like that. swab on the back and done. Under my seat, I've got the 3 custom drawers, which was specifically designed to hold Shimano and Black Magic tackle trays. I've got them all labelled there. Open the drawers and it's got all my tackle trays in there, my slow jigs, everything. The top drawer is my rigging drawer, so that's got all my components, scissors, live bait needles, the winch remote, all the other bits and pieces I need. Under the oven, we've got the drawer for all the cooking gear, the kettle, the cups, the tea and coffee, and all the other bits. In the cabin, got 120 litre underfloor storage. That's on hinges. Under the passenger seat, we've got the little 70 litre fridge. The main features of the cabin is the mega snack drawer that sits underneath the table. You slide that bad boy out and it's chock-a-block with snacks in there. You can move that forward, and in behind there is a proper compartment for me to store my toolbox. Under the back passenger seat, you can remove the swab there. You got a whole storage compartment under here. I've got my Yamaha straw hats. We've got steamer bins if you want to pack any fish into them, and also got under there tuna bag. If we get a big fish and we want to keep it, we've got a giant tuna bag. So that's a whole nother storage compartment under there behind the fridge, and that just folds back into there. Senator utilises every little nook and cranny on their boats to give you maximum storage capabilities. There's a lot of storage pockets inside the cabin as well. They all have their own individual RGB colours. Also the drawers, my tackle drawers, they also have their own lights too, and they're full RGB as well. Each gunnel, we've got 5 rod holders and 1 drink holder. One of the things I love about Senator is their dual gunnels. On the bottom gunnels is I've made them 205 mils. That way they'll fit 15 litre tanks, they'll fit 80 cubic foot tanks, they'll fit any size dive tank on the market. And also I've designed them that way so they'll fit the steamer trays, and that's the 7 litre trays that I can store all my tackle in, and then they can tuck up under gunnel in the waterproof trays out the way. You've got the top trays as well, which then you can store all your other bits and pieces. So for diving, they have the most room on the market. Tanks in each gunnel out the way, and then you've still got your top gunnel store gear. Senator modified the Helmmaster EX joist to go outside the back door there. Why I wanted it there is I have full control over the Yami out the back without having to go into the cabin, into the main helm. With the EX joystick out the back here, I activate the joystick, and while I'm actually slow jigging, I have full control over the motor where I want to go, and the joystick is that accurate. Even when I'm playing fish or hook up, I can still easily maneuver the boat back and forward. That is one of the awesome features as well, guys, of the Helmmaster EX. But having it out here on the back is a whole different helm for me to control the boat. Right, hooked I think to believe a giant snapper anyway. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, holy. That is awesome. That is a big slug.
That's a big fish.
What a morning! You know, couldn't be happier. For the electric reels, I've also got the electric reel plug-in or cables. I've mounted them on the back bulkhead, out of the weather condition, out of the saltwater spray, just to make them last a bit longer and gives them a bit more protection. On the back of Infamous this time we went with Cuda tubes. Most people call them tuna tubes, but we don't really use them for tuna. We decided we'd use them and they'd be a little bit more practical for live baits for kahawai and for storing Cuda. We've got a 70 litre live bait tank this time. It's got its own little blue Hella underwater light in there. Infamous is the first 770 in 7 years not to have a walk-through transom. I prefer to have the live bait well up there, nice and high, easily accessible. In the conditions we fish too, I prefer it because we're always backing up into pretty heavy seas, so I like the full transom, and also it's a lot easier to fish against as well. And you've got storage underneath there where I've got a little storage bin where I can store my burley pots, bits and pieces. This time on the starboard side we've got the deck wash, and what I've actually done is put a little switch there to turn it on and off. That way it saves you coming into the cabin and having to activate it like I did on Defiant. Just turn it on straight on the back deck there whenever you need it. Can't not have carpet on a boat, and I've done the same thing this time. I've got carpet on the back back deck, and also underneath I've got rubber foam, and that just pads it up so nice, so comfy. It's so soft that even the boys sleep on it when we're towing lures. I will take the carpet out at the end of each season, so the end of summer I'll take it out and water blast it. But guys, it's really easy to clean, super soft, really comfy for the family. What do you think of it, Dad? Yep, there you go, Knackers approved. It's definitely worth having, guys, and like I said, it's really easy to clean, especially if you get the good quality stuff. We've got the custom masturbator bait board. This is the deluxe bait board from Senator. It's got 6 rod holders on there and features 2 cup holders. White LED strip light through there, and it's also got UV strip light there for supercharging your lures or any of the bottom banger rigs. It's got a custom drawer in there, and the drawer also features its own blue light. On the back of the bait board, it also features one of the zones from Lumishore, so that's the transom light, and that's full RGB as well. On the back transom, we've got the extended duck boards and the custom transom cages. Each cage has got 2 rod holders as well. In the back transom there, we've got the isolation switches, we've got the home switch. That is run by 2 6-volt batteries for extra long life. That powers the SIMRAD sounders, the Fusion stereo, the Lumishore lights, the wipers, and all the other accessories. At the bottom, we've got the start isolation switch, and we've got a 12-volt running the Yamaha 300. On the back deck too, we've also got the removable clip-on Senator gunnel seats. Senator's also got the little clip-on gunnel step for getting in and out of the boat or getting up onto the gunnels to walk around the front. On the gunnels and the back transom, we've got ultra-long U-deck. Just makes it super non-slippy and looks real sharp as well. We went with the Kilwell slimline outrigger bases and also the Kilwell 12K carbon telescopic poles. I didn't want something really big and obnoxious that, because we're not actively doing a lot of trolling, I didn't want something that was hard to store and that sort of carry on. So we got the telescopic ones, which are easy to store. I can store them at home. They fold down in slimline bases, and they're actually really awesome, guys. With the Hellmaster EX, Yamaha 300, DES, which is the digital electronic steering, and guys, I have to be honest, it is absolutely amazing. What this motor can do and the functions of it are unbelievable. We've been using it now for a couple of months, testing it out. One of my favourite features is fish point. All I have to do is activate the joystick, push the fish point, and the motor will engage and hold us on that spot. And I just can't believe how well the motor actually holds you on the spot. Yamaha's the only company to offer this in a single motor application. Fish point is unbelievable. My other favourite feature, guys, is pattern steer. You can just go straight into the gauges with a couple of swipes and change from zigzag to spiral to the Williamson turn. My favourite one so far is spiral. Then get up to the speed you want, hold down pattern steer, the motor will engage pattern steer spiral, then you'll start doing spiral search patterns. Now you may ask, why is this practical and why is it good? Well, one, it's great for searching out reefs or wrecks when we're trying to search for snapper. Just driving all over the show now, we can just sit back doing spirals searching for schools of snapper. Once we find them, then we can just simply engage fish point and we're on top of the fish. The Yamaha will hold us on those fish. So all in all, guys, Yamaha Hellmaster EX is just unbelievable. The whole integrated system, from the autopilot right through to the joystick and right through to the how impressive it is reversing as well. Really is a big boat, but it hits the sweet spot for its offshore capabilities and its safety. It sleeps 3 people really comfortably and is so practical with every little bit of space utilised for storage. It's under the 3.5 ton towing regulation, so you can tow it with any standard 3.5 ton tow wagon. We can tow it to Fiordland, we can tow it to Kaikoura and chase some bluefin. We can jump on the ferry and head north and go to Waihao Bay and chase some swords or some marlin up there, or the tuna run up there. You can also hit the Marlborough Sounds or the epic D'Urville Island and park up in some of the most awesome locations with friends and family. The 770 really is my dream boat, and it really is the ultimate